Yo, I'm back. Back at it like a crack. Anyway, so I did this before. Video too long for me to post though, so we're just gonna try to make this boy a little bit shorter. Had to post the other ones like this too. Hope y'all understand. It's only for now though. It's only for now. So lock in with me, twin, please. Anyway, so Undertale. Y'all seen it. Y'all know what this is. Let's not act like we don't know what this is. All right. So what if story? My Hero Academia about that boy Sans. All right. Part 0. So I'm just going to explain how I feel about this. If you don't know Undertale, go play the game. All right, just go play the game. I ain't got time to be explaining everything in this part 0 of an episode. You feel me? All you really need to know right now is Sans. He that dog. Really that dog for real. And, you know, we gotta go and really right. If you know what happened in Undertale, let's just say that boy wake up. All right, after a genocide route. All right, specifically. After a genocide, maybe I don't even know if I can say that. After a fight all route, you know, specifically. Yeah, you feel me? He wake up, and you know I'm giving him the position of Azuka Midoriya, kind of most likely, pretty much. You feel me? We got Gaster there. You feel me? Come on, we got Gaster over here. What other what if stories about Undertale got Gaster immediately? Come on now, you know I'm gonna be doing something different. Everything's different over here. Shout out to the boy Toby. I'm sorry. Anyway, you know, we got Gaster. He locked in with Inko. She had 2 sons, Papyrus Sans, twins on them. You feel me? Sans came out first because I'm a real one like that. Breathe. Let's breathe, guys. And this is only 2 minutes long so far. This is only 2 minutes long so far. I was worried. This is gonna be a lot longer than the time that I needed to take to tell this story. What else do I need to know about? What else do y'all need to know about part 0? All right. Monsters everywhere. All right, monsters everywhere. All of the population of Undertale has been transferred into My Hero Academia for reasons that I'm not going into right now, because you'll find out later. Let's see, what else do I need to say? Let's see. They don't know. They're really just seen as mutants in this world. All right, mutation quirks, because obviously, why wouldn't they? You know, I mean, you know, to suddenly be transferred into a whole different reality where people have quirks. And yes, then I should probably mention that too. Everybody do got quirks. Not everybody has. Well, everybody has soul traits, but they don't know anything about that, because why would they? This isn't Undertale My Hero Academia. You feel me? Let me just say that right now. As in, this isn't like the world of Undertale was also My Hero Academia, and you feel me? Either way, I don't even know if that was needed to be explained, but either way, right? This is like the world of Undertale as a universe after getting destroyed and reset again was merged into the world of already established universe. You feel me? My Hero Academia, of course. And that's really just how we gonna say it work for now. And you know, if you got questions, you can leave them in the comments, because you feel it don't really matter, because I'm probably not gonna answer them for real, because spoilers. Who really wants them spoilers, bro? You don't want those spoilers. You want to see the story as I tell it. So let's continue to tell the story. All right. Yeah, I know what else I need to talk about. That boy Gaster. That boy Gaster. He out here. He raising his kids. You feel me? This isn't hand plates Gaster. This is loving, caring father Gaster that fell into the core and was separated throughout all of space and time. How did he get not separated from space and time? Don't worry about that. Anyway, obviously Gaster out there, he moving, in a ways to finding out what's going on in this world. You feel me? He was raised. Oh shoot, I should probably mention that boy number 3 hero in the world. Number 3 hero in the world, and that's only because he don't really care about being number 1. That's really what it is. If I'm being 100, it's because there's no real reason why Endeavor should be number 2, but because Gaster is way stronger than him. You feel me? Because Gaster right now is way stronger than him. I also say they went to the same schools. You feel me? Gaster grew up with the All Mights and the Endeavors and the Aizawas. He probably older than Aizawa a little bit, but besides the point. Gaster got his own little agency going on. Nobody knows what's going on there. None of the public. All the public knows is that Gaster isn't just a hero; he's also a scientist, and he's got his agency. You feel me? It's also the number 1 agency in the world. Yes, because I said so. But it's also reasons for that. Reasons that you can learn if you stick around. Anyway, I'm already 6 minutes deep. Let me stop playing. Gaster, so this is how I'm gonna say it, right? Gaster was erased from existence in the previous universe, right? Because he fell into the core, meaning all of his imprint on anybody that was around was also erased from existence, except for Sans, because Sans remembers. I believe, I'm pretty sure, 90. Comically, in some of the fandoms, timeline wise, it don't matter. He remembers what I said. So either way, this is terrible. Dang, what else? Yeah. So Papyrus, you feel me? He was the way he was, mainly because it's Papyrus and we love him. All right, but he's gonna be a little bit different, not a lot different, because we all love canonical Papyrus, all of us. And if you don't, leave. I'm never gonna come. Hey, don't ever come around here talking about we don't love Papyrus the way he is. Everybody loves Papyrus, and if you don't need to be around here. We don't mess with you. None of us. Anyway, okay. From Sans's perspective, he don't know, obviously, because shoot. Let me finish Gaster first. All right, number 1 agency in the world. It's got some obscure heroes, but they do their job. They do their job and they do it right, and they all sidekicks to Gaster. And Gaster's abilities or his quirk, it's kind of unknown, but he's the anomaly of the situation anyway, and they respect him for that. They respect him for using all of his powers for good, for what they know. For what they know, that's what they know, and that's what you'll know from now. I'm more like a narrator of this story, low key, but I'm gonna also be trying to a little bit of voice acting in this boy, just a little bit. Let me just voice act a little bit in this boy. That we 10 minutes deep. So what else needs to be said about Gaster, right? So yeah, Gaster's presence of the story, right? It's not gonna affect anything in the short term. And you'll see the reason why later, right? Because none of the monsters even remember their last universe. All of them remember this one. They all believe that they were born here. This is their world. This is exactly who they are. They don't even know they're monsters. You feel me? They're as human as everybody else in this world. Some, I mean, even to a point where their souls, you feel me, are only partially monster soul. They're still like in the same, uniform of a monster soul, but without being fully white, because they aren't fully magical anymore. They're a little bit physical. They've got a little bit of human traits, but they're mostly monster souls. Because it's got to work out somehow. Somehow it's got to work out, and I don't want to change too much of the story. You feel me? Well, I can't say too much of the story, but too much of it from canonicity. Then I have to. You feel me? Focusing on Sans a little bit now. My boy, he came out the womb, and he just knew exactly who he was immediately, because it's Sans. Come on now, you thought I was just about to let that boy Sans be not Sans? Man, you better stop playing with me. Anyway, he came out the womb and he said this is very different, but he's too lazy to care right now. All right, he got his bro Papyrus also out the womb. You feel me? Papyrus don't know anything right now. For now, he don't. Maybe he won't ever, but we'll find out later of this immaculate, lovable series that we all know and love. I should also probably finish this before Deltarune finishes. And how y'all feeling about Deltarune, man? I mean, that boy close. It honestly might be chapter 3 and 4 by the time I post this. But we'll find out, maybe it won't be, because I won't procrastinate, hopefully. Anyway, let's lock in. We don't got time for this. Years pass. He got his mom. He got his brother. He got Gaster. You feel me? He not really tripping about the situation. You gotta grow. You feel me? Somehow, and he's cool with being the only person that knows what's going. Kind of knows. He don't really know what's going on for real, but his previous life, obviously Gaster knows, because it's Gaster. Let's be honest here. I mean, even if Sans forgot everything, Gaster would know. Come on now, just breathe. But yeah. I gotta hurry up. I could probably edit some of this down too. Damn. Let's talk about Sans in school with Papyrus and all that, right? So, he meet Bakugo like normal. Bakugo being a brat like normal. Papyrus, around the age of 4, realizes how to use magic, after seeing sometimes Sans use magic, and he also seeing his mom use her quirk a little bit. Obviously, Gaster, he don't got to worry about Sans too much, but Papyrus, he push along a little bit, showing a little bit of his magic, what he can do. You feel me? They all, Papyrus really like All Might. So does Sans. Sans mess with All Might. He ain't like, it's like Sans isn't like, after so many years, you feel me, of being raised in this new society, his internal clock kind of changed a little bit. He obviously ain't got to worry about humans right now. So the priorities have shifted a little bit. And, as he see Papyrus being happy with, All Might work and all that, he mess with All Might too. All Might seem cool from what he's seen a little bit. He ain't super trustworthy. He ain't super trusting of everybody, but, Papyrus mess with him. I ain't got to see him right now, so I'm going to mess with him too on the screen. You feel me? Bakugo get his quirk. He start kind of spazzing a little bit. Not really, but, he being a child, Sans, Papyrus was friends with Bakugo earlier, and, Sans was there, so, he friends too, Sans know how to make friends. Papyrus kind of knows how to make friends. He knows how to make good friends. You don't know how to make a lot of friends, but the people that he do know, that he can talk to, he rock with, and they good people. Not Bakugo though. Bakugo kind of a brat, but you know we'll get there. 15 minutes left. Like I'm saying, right? Like I'm saying, I guess the tree scene, which I never really understood for real, but I guess I can dive into that a different episode. Happens a little bit, you know, but you know, Bakugo ain't really Bakugo right then. Instead of like spazzing out because somebody that is weaker than him helping him, somebody that is somebody else that is developing like him, assisted him. You feel me? And and was able to help him and not help him not get wet and all this other stuff. So he kind of cool with the idea of partners from now on. It's not to say as strong as him or as good as him, as great as him. It don't matter. I'm gonna just say Papyrus was able to save him from it. You feel me? Because I said so. You feel me? Sans could have done it, but Papyrus did it because, right? Gaster, after excuse me, I'm gonna have to edit that out. After kids coming home and telling them they got quirks, Gaster is like, all right, time for me to lock in. You feel me? Because they ain't got quirks. It's all magic. Yeah. They, he locked in, taught him a little bit, and he gonna continue to teach him a little bit and a little bit more as time goes on. After the bridge, the tree stump river scene plays out. Time continues. You feel me? Time continues. We'll say we're up in we'll probably. We at the middle school. We at the middle school because I said so. Because nothing else would have changed in between that. All right, that's the same thing they did in canon because nothing else would have changed in between that. In canon. You feel me? Not in canon actually. In the story, you feel me? The fucking what's it called, bro? Please, I need assistance. Please. Let me see. Let's talk about first getting there. Just first getting there school year wise. You feel me? Please. Life done changed slightly because as time grew up, Bakugo was slightly more aggressive and wanted to test his mettle a little bit more. Papyrus, down to train, always down to train, but he also getting taught by his dad a little bit too. You feel me? A little other than his brother. You feel me? And it's like, I'm down to train, but it's also like I can't be just following everybody because, I don't know. I think I gotta have my own perspectives on some things. You feel me? I can't be, I can't be your yes man. You feel me? I can't just say, okay, bet and let's go. So that's cool. I feel like, around that time, you feel me? One of the times that Bakugo and them did go out there to start training, they ran into Undyne. You feel me? Had to bring Undyne into the story, and they started training Sans. He was there around. You feel me? But Sans, he ain't never really been the type to just want to train. He's just gonna portray himself as way lazier than that. You feel me? He don't want to do none of that. That's extra training. I'm not doing it. You feel me? And Bakugo, he be messing with him about that a little bit, trying to make fun at him or whatever. But Papyrus be on some, Sans, he'll be alright. He's strong and yeah, blah 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 blah. Bakugo don't be saying it, but Bakugo also was a child, so it don't really matter. Dang, I got 10 minutes left. I'm tired. Uh, Undyne pulled up because she heard some squabbling. She wanted to pull up and, say what's good. Sans had to dodge some attacks a little bit, And then she joined their little party, She don't go to their school, so it's a little bit, so they don't do it often. But, she do be there. She show us some from time to time to train a little bit because Bakugo is a trainaholic and also just very aggressive and can't lose. Refuses to lose on some shit. He's never really beaten Papyrus. Let's sit here and let's talk about that a little bit, right? Papyrus, if anything, he'll get tired a little bit of, not going all out. And we'll just forfeit. Be like, yeah, you got it, bro. Blah 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 blah. It's supposed to be training and all that anyway, right? Undyne, he's never beaten Undyne, especially as time continued and Undyne started getting more and more better with her quirk. Never beaten Undyne. He's never done it. You feel me? He refuses to give up, but he's never beat her. And we'll just say that's how that goes right now. You feel me? Shoot, what else? What else needs to be talked about? Please. Never beat Undyne. They got a cool little relationship. Bakugo acts like he don't mess with nobody still. Sans kind of be checking Bakugo a little bit, a little bit intentionally about his behavior, and he's been doing that since a kid, which is why Bakugo is a lot better than what he would be in canon. Papyrus helps him check him a little bit as well, so that's another reason why. Bakugo and Papyrus on some, I'm trying to be a hero and I'm gonna be number one, and Papyrus like, nah, it's either gonna be me or Sans, and blah blah blah, and then Bakugo be on some like, hold up now, Sans don't even be trying to train with us, man. Like you really throwing him into the equation. He could be number 12, I guess, if he got your abilities or whatever, right? And Papyrus like, nah, he just be lazy a little bit. He gonna get there with me. That's either gonna be me or him. One of us gonna be 1 and 2. You feel me? He's like, nah, I bet I'll be number 1. If anything, y'all gonna be 2 and 3. You feel me? And it's competition. It's love. It's all that, right? It's all that. Other than that, what's like before the start of the series where they throwing the papers up in the air? What else do I need to talk about? Who else is here? Some characters I don't need to talk about because we'll talk about them later. Who else is here in Sans' life other than Bakugo, Papyrus, and Undyne now? I could just say like how Sans is feeling at the moment, right? At first he seen it was Gas and Papyrus there, and he was like, he kind of not understanding, but as time continued, he was like, he also talked to Gaster a lot too, and he found out there's more monsters here, most of the monsters here, if not all of them. You feel me? Sans, he can guess what is going on with Gaster and his agency, especially with the scientist activities and it not being really divulged to the public. Really, he can guess, but Gaster a little bit better than it's Gaster. He can't let all the secrets go. He's not trying to do that yet. He's still discovering some things that he can discover. And he gonna leave it the way it is for now. Just asking Sans to trust him and, be fine. You feel me? And Sans is like, what? As long as you ain't making another core, I'm gonna be cool. You feel me? And, they laugh about it a little bit. Sans misses dad in this timeline and alternate universe. Other than that, Sans get very good grades for obvious reasons. Papyrus, he be helping Papyrus. Papyrus, even with the magic, he be helping with Papyrus, right? And as time, continued, right? They shortcuts and stuff. Papyrus still can't do it. He was really trying to get Sans to teach him, and Sans tried, but it's just not in his bag. None of the shortcuts, right? So instead of doing that, he trained his body. Start working out, push ups, sit ups, runs, jumping jacks, all that, right? And Papyrus got like near infinite stamina for no reason. Just near infinite stamina. The nigga just good at everything, bro. You feel me? But yeah, Sans a little better at better at the magic though. You got advanced techniques, and that's just what that is sometimes, right? Oh, I should probably mention because Gaster is training them, they both got blue and orange attacks. You feel me? They both, Gaster blasters. She was so close to the end. Gaster blasters, work, they got their stuff going on, like I said, Sans got the shortcuts going on and all the other stuff because he understands how to do that. Like I said, he was trying to teach Papyrus the formula and the math. Papyrus ain't getting it, bro. He just don't understand. He just don't understand. And all this comes naturally to Sans, obviously, but it's just not good. It's just not good for that boy Papyrus, right? But yeah, like the more Papyrus trained, it's like he was already kind of like unique in his athleticism, but like he started getting like advanced in the athleticism a little bit, and it kind of just kept stacking and kept growing. Like he didn't understand, like Papyrus thought it was only natural, but other people was like, yo, what's going on sometimes? You feel me? And we can I'll probably detail that out a little bit. Probably in the next one, maybe, hopefully. Dang, I got 3 minutes. I got 3 of them. I can't believe this. What else what we need to talk about other than that? Powers, that's off. Shoot, that might be it. That might be it for Part 0. For Part 0 before the series start. That might be it. Part 0, like I said, go watch not watch Undertale. Go play Undertale. I recently played Undertale. Do everything, all of it, bro. It's just so much of that game, bro. Do all of it, bro. Tell you buying the game anyway. Go buy it, bro. Just go buy it. Just do everything, bro. Watched My Hero Academia a while ago. Got excited about it during season 2. And after that, it's kind of, I'm all the way up on it, but it's just like, man, makes sense why people was making what ifs about it, because the story has so much potential for everything, and it just doesn't do good at a lot, at least in my perspective of it, But yeah, appreciate y'all for being here, Hope y'all want to see more of the story. Hopefully I won't have to stress about the time. Hopefully, I'm going to see y'all, though. I'm going to see y'all. It's going to be cool. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. Like, I hope y'all day is. Now I'm just running down the clock. I'll probably be editing all this out anyway. We'll find out later. Bye.